Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. Today, December 2023 visa bulletin is out and there is no change. There are a couple of things that I would like to talk to you, so I'm making this video. It will be a pretty short video. I'll also talk about some of the advocacy things that people have talked to me about, and given that the dates are not moving forward, some of the considerations that you might want to take into account. So watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration and lifestyle related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. And for your specific immigration needs, before you take any action, you should hire a competent immigration lawyer. Do check out the links in the description because those are affiliate links and you might find something interesting. If you use those links, it will also help the channel. And while you are down there, do hit the like button because that will also get you into the giveaway. Also, I like to read the comments in the comment section below. Many people do take time to enter meaningful comments and there is a discussion that goes around. I'm sure a lot of people get benefit out of it. So use the comment section and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now before we start, happy Diwali to all of you. In this season of festival, do pray to God that there remains peace in this world. And it also brings light in this world in terms of prosperity and well-being. So happy Diwali to all of you. Now the December 2023 visa bulletin is out and it will be effective 1st of December. Now the dates haven't moved forward, so there may not be an opportunity for anybody to apply for 485 yet, but know that the dates are effective 1st of December. Now we'll take a comparative look by side-by-side analysis of the visa bulletins, of the November visa bulletin versus December visa bulletin. So here it is. On the left hand side we have November visa bulletin and the right hand side we have December visa bulletin. Now let's go through the family based section first, see if something has changed. And as you can see, there is nothing changed. So F1A category remains the same for all chargeability China, India at 1st of January 2015. Mexico, Philippines remain the same at 1st of May 2011 and 1st of March 2012. F2A category also hasn't changed at all. It remains at 8th of February 2019 for all chargeability China and India. For Mexico and Philippines, it remains at 1st of February 2019. So actually it's across the board. F2B category also hasn't changed at all. As you can see, all dates remain the same. F3 category also hasn't changed and F4 category also hasn't changed. We used to see some movement in Mexico and Philippines, but that hasn't happened yet. Now these final action dates are supposed to creep forward or move forward throughout the year to meet the final filing date chart dates, but that is not happening. The reason is because they have sufficient visa numbers even prior to that date, so they cannot move those dates forward. So until they start picking up the applications that are beyond these dates that have already been applied at the consulates, these dates are not going to move forward. So now let's look at the filing date chart, because this is the chart that the family sponsored green card petitioners use to apply for 485. Now as you can see, the first line F1, nothing has changed for all chargeability China and India. It remains at 1st of September 2017. Mexico and Philippines also remain the same. F2A category remains the same, 1st of September 2023 across the board. So same date all across the world. F2B category also hasn't changed at all. F3 hasn't changed at all and F4 hasn't changed at all. Now typically we don't see a movement in filing date chart dates throughout the year because they are set at the beginning of the year. They might change a little bit towards the end of the year, which is December or January, but we are not seeing that anyways. I would expect the filing date chart to change slightly in January for family based section because of the reshuffling in the numbers that occur within those categories. Now let's look at the employment based section. Now here's the employment based final action date charts. First, EB1, all chargeability remains current. China has remained the same 15th of February 2022. India remains the same 1st of January 2017. Mexico, Philippines remain current. EB2, 15th of July 2022. So there is still a date for final action for all chargeability for EB2, EB3, other workers and fourth category, and no dates have changed in those all chargeability categories for EB2 or EB3. China has actually advanced for EB2 category from 1st of October 2019 to 22nd of October 2019. So it's 3 weeks of progression for China. Good for you, China. For India, it has not changed. 1st of January 2012 remains the same. Mexico and Philippines remains the same. EB3 category, all chargeability remains the same. For China, the progression is from 1st of January 2020 to 22nd of January 2020. So it is a good sign for China that these dates are moving forward 3 weeks at a time every month. I am expecting that they will catch up with the final action filing date chart by the end of the year. India again hasn't moved at all. 1st of May 2012. Mexico, Philippines remains the same. Other workers category hasn't changed a bit. Fourth preference category hasn't changed. Certain religious category is now unavailable. They are not taking any visa applications for certain religious workers category. They had mentioned that in the previous visa bulletin. All the remaining dates for fifth preference category or EB5 remain the same. They are basically current. Now let's look at the filing date chart for employment based category. Now as you can see, there is no change in the EB1. EB1 all chargeability remains current. China, India, all dates remain current. India still remains at 1st of July 2019. I am not expecting that to change throughout the year. EB2, again the date hasn't changed for all chargeability. China remains at 1st of January 2020. India remains at 15th of May 2012. Mexico and Philippines remain at 1st of January 2023. EB3 dates haven't changed. All chargeability 1st of February 2023. China 1st of September 2020. India remains at 1st of August 2012, and Mexico and Philippines haven't changed at all. Other workers category dates are also exactly the same. Fourth preference dates exactly the same. Certain religious category exactly the same, and rest of the chart is exactly the same. Now we should not expect any change in the filing date chart throughout the year for employment based category. Where we should expect to see the change is in the final action date chart, because that is the chart that should progress by 2 years for EB1 and by 1 year for EB2 and EB3. That is what we are expecting. Final action chart should meet with the filing date chart towards the end of the year. We haven't seen the date progression up until now in the first 3 months of the calendar year, but I am expecting that the final action dates for EB1, EB2 and EB3 India should start progressing similar to what we are seeing for China. Now you may ask, why are these final action dates not progressing? That is because they have enough applicants prior to that date. It's as simple as that. If they have enough applicants that they are still processing month after month, pulling the visa numbers, they don't need to progress the dates. They will only progress the dates when they have exhausted the applications processing prior to that particular date. But we should start seeing movement in final action chart starting January, but you should not expect any date movement change in the filing date chart. Now before talking about other topics, I just wanted to kind of see if there are any notes for employment based section, and I don't see any notes for them. And also let's look at what chart they are going to use. The next month for the final, this is where you can see the chart for the next month. For the December, they have already updated it. For a family based section, they will continue to use filing date chart, and for the employment based preference category, you must use dates of filing chart. Again, they typically continue to use date of filing chart until the end of the year, which is December. Starting January, I will expect them to see using final action date chart for employment based section. Let's see what happens. Okay, now my next question that I get very commonly during my calls during the weekend, and by the way, if you want to talk to me, do contact me on my Calendly. You can book 30 minutes with me and I can give you my feedback on your situation. I have helped many people on their EB1 applications, reviewing their situations for EB1A and EB1C, and I will be happy to do that with you. And if talking on phone is not your thing, you can always contact me through Patreon, where I do chat responses. Now one of the common question is, why is EB1 not moving forward? Now EB1, as you know, they have lot of applications pending. If you go back to my couple of videos back, now EB1 unfortunately is not split numerically between EB1A, EB1B and EB1C. Thus, if there are a lot of applications in EB1C, unfortunately they take away from EB1A. So somebody may be in a consultant role and their company helps them to file for EB1C, although the criteria is supposed to be managerial or executive management, they still take away those numbers from EB1A. But it is what it is. So that's all I'm saying is EB1A is fully backlogged. It is backlogged for about 3 to 4 years. But with the spillovers from family-based category, if there are any, EB1 is the category that gets the first preference. So we should still be optimistic, and people dropping out of the queue and so many other factors come into play why EB1 would move forward. Now there is another question about why there won't be any new applications accepted for India category in the year 2024. The math is simple. Pending inventory for all the categories. They have enough applications to go for a couple of years, and the USCIS has mentioned that in the Q&A section. So which means that all of these visa numbers for this year will be exhausted by pending applications itself. So there will be no need for them to accept any new applications. So that is the reason why. Now what are the immediate things that you should consider? Now what are the immediate things or good news or good things that you can consider? Watch my previous video. I have summarized a lot of things that are happening in the immigration space, a lot of good news things that are happening in the immigration space. Even the EAD, 5-year EAD is going to be a good relief for a lot of people. EAD and AP that they are issuing for 5 years, it's a great news for a lot of people. Other than that, if there is an executive order accepting the recommendation about providing EADs and APs for I-140 approved petitions for 5 years wait, that will also be a great news for many people. Now some people ask me, why don't you do advocacy for per country cap removal? That's not my personality. What I do is give you all the information that is available to us in the public domain in a summarized format, in a language that everybody understands. That is what I can do effectively. Now some people also ask me, why is there lack of advocacy for per country cap removal? I say that's because it has to be endorsed or approved by Congress. And if you think about it right now, Congress is in no mood to even take any bill on immigration. It is divided Congress. Republicans are in the Senate, Democrats are in the House. There is no way there is going to be any comprehensive bill passed this year. So put your energy where it is worth it. Now there are some low-hanging fruits that I mentioned in my previous video. That is where the energy should go this year. That is my personal belief. Put down in the comment section below what you think about this topic. That's really all I wanted to say in this video. If you want to reach out to me, do hit me up on Calendly. And if you like the content of this video, do hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. And I'll see you in the next one.